was talking to a friend of mine tonight, guy that I know from back in the day, kind of used to run the streets a little bit with, right? And I was telling him about an idea that I came up with, where it's gonna be a group of street dudes, old school street dudes that have been in the streets, know something about the streets. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna organize and start talking to all these little young dudes around here, man, because the youngsters ain't got no OGs telling them the rights and the wrongs, and that's why they going on the path they on right now. I was telling them about, I had seen a little youngster one day, and he was standing next to me. So I noticed that he kept having to try to pull his pants up, right? So I said, say, youngster, let me holler at you right quick. He said, what's up, school? I said, say, I'm not trying to tell you how to dress or nothing like that, but if you're gonna sag right, in case you got to box somebody or you got to run from the police, that way you got your balance. You know what I'm saying? I said, go back and look at Menace to Society and see how Old Dog was sagging. That's how you gonna sag right there, bro. And he said, I appreciate that, school. You know what I'm saying? See, these youngsters, they don't know, man. That's why, like I say, they out here messing up. And the cat I was talking to, like, he was in the streets for real. Matter of fact, while we was having the conversation, he raised up his shirt and let me see the gunshot wound where they had to cut him open to save his life. You know what I'm saying? So these youngsters, they need to see shit like that right there. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, we're going to be some street dudes from the streets, but we want people from that work in the emergency rooms, that see the little youngsters come in there, shot all up, the people that work at the funeral homes, let them come in and speak and tell them, hey, this affect this family like this, and, all this kind of shit, man, because if these youngsters don't know and don't understand that, then it's going to get worse. You feel what I'm saying? The church has pretty much been obsolete since the pandemic. So the youngsters, the only thing they know about God is when they use him in a sentence. And that's when they say, on God, I'm going to kill this nigga. All this old kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm putting together a group of organized, it's going to be a non-profit organization. You know what I'm saying? I got the name already copyrighted. The name is The OGs. The OGs. And we're going to be speaking to these youngsters, man, and let them know, youngsters, you go out there and do what the fuck you're going to want to do anyway. But we're going to tell you before you go do it, what you in for. You know what I'm saying? So the OGs is in progress.